My name is Arun Jagtiani, and I'm a proud St. Martin. In a few short weeks, our country is going to be heading to the polls to elect 15 new members to Parliament. There's 126 candidates from 9 different political parties that are contesting this election, and I think the entire voting population could benefit from knowing a little bit more about who these candidates are. Over the next few days, I'm going to interview a few new faces and a few political veterans. So join me, St. Martin, and let's talk politics. One thing as well I want to highlight, you are not the only Matser running in this race. Your younger brother,
Yes,
Mr. Silvio Matser, MP,
Yes.
current member of parliament, is running, I believe, for the second time. He's certainly had no challenge making his own headlines. How does that affect you in your campaign efforts? And also, what kind of sibling rivalry maybe happens behind the scenes, being that you're both on different parties? What is that relationship like with you and him? And do you feel like you're in his shadow in any way, or?
Well, no, you know, the thing is, our parents brought us up to express our own opinions. My brother and I, as you see by going different ways, we differ on the ship we want to sail on, not the direction we're going. And to that extent, I don't see any problems. I take the challenge to me because I'm trying to fix the island, not my family. I'm not trying to help my brother, not trying to help myself. I'm out of this from my heart for St. Martin. He has that same endeavor. We both, from where we live in Middle Region, see the suffering of our people. We wanted to do it. He took a path last time around. I followed that, but I've come to the conclusion I can't deal with old. To clean up a mess, you have to start fresh. That's where it ends. My brother and I, and my other family members, because we have a quite large family, although we are very close, we are very private in our own endeavors. Yeah. I wouldn't know what my brother does for business or how he goes about his election. He doesn't know that from me. We see each other on Christmas, when our parents calls us, when he comes up to say, tell my mom hello, and on the road occasionally, and that's about it. So there is no, I know for every media outlet, this is one of the sweetest, juiciest pieces.
Of course, it's,
Oh, brothers against brothers, but what I want to make clear, that has, besides the point, St. Martin, as a people, we are hurting. And we need to fix our problems. And you can't fix them by following people who, again and again and again, promise to make a change, but do nothing, who sell themselves to lobbyists and jeopardize everything. That's one thing I want to get back on before we close, where I said with relations to you. We lobby casinos for funding or whatever. Our party didn't. And they get the funding. But here comes a point. St. Martin accorded casinos the right to do their business here to create jobs for our citizens. For that, we created licenses that is just a fee and does not look at their income. I am not fighting that industry or whatever, but now I'm looking at years further, all these casinos are turning into electronic casinos, and the workers are being let go. So do I have to also change my licensing with them, or what are we doing? Going back, we give out licenses for people to come and have jewelry stores here and electronic stores. All of these things for them to better themselves. And what do I get over the years? And sorry, Arun, that's a little close home. You walk down Front Street, there aren't any local indigenous people working in any of these stores. And these things are brought under, here I'm going to say, the excuse at those points was, oh, I couldn't find any workers. But these same people who are now indigenous, in your case, indigenous, I respect. You, born, grow up here, you don't know, there's no India for you, there's no otherwhere, there's St. Martin for you. Right? I watch you growing up, we all know each other from ins and out. Those practices now have to be stopped, because even you will also face a problem where you go away to study and you come back and there's no job because they're being filled by people getting the opportunity to get themselves economically better and taking away the opportunity from us. I believe we've reached the fulcrum in that. Even I brought up the jewelers. We allow guys to open car dealerships, and they
Right.
bring in all their own workers.
So how do we curb that? How do we turn that? How do we make the local St. Martiners more employable? Because I think
First things first.
Sure.
The most important part, that's number 2 and number 6 on our list, are very much entrenched into education and bettering our children. I think all of these businesses on their own should take up their civic responsibility.
Fair.
And don't say, I can't find someone for the job. No, help government and the organizations they create train our children for these jobs and not take advantage of all kinds of undercarriageway, bringing them in their different job titles or whatever. Because we're getting to a saturation point, whereas, like I said, your group of generations also have their rights accrued.
Yes.
Those are also being infringed. If I go to also supermarkets, right now, every 50 or 100 meters, you have a Chinese supermarket.
Yes.
The last local supermarket, except for their counter candidate, Mr. Samuel, Rudolph Samuel, the corner supermarket on Arch Road, Victory Supermarket, was the last locally owned supermarket. He caved, he sold out. Because he had one little niche. He could open until 11 o'clock. No, now they allowed all the other Chinese guys along the road also to open at 11 o'clock. He's out of business. I'm like this. I also believe in capitalism. But with island economies of our side, we also have to do a little bit of social protectionism where we create the opportunity that our own people do not miss opportunities because they don't have the investment, that type of things.
Sure.
Those are the ways I see about working it out. It's not on taking away rights. If I have to, I'll take away rights hard. But I'm not about that. I'm about finding consensus with us all.